Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We kind of in here fighting. That's why the music got faded out before we got a chance to really get into it. But it's time for us to get into our rants and our closings. And of course, we always like to have our guests, kind of get into their final statements before the original crew of the show kind of gets into ours. So I'm gonna have K-Dub kind of start off and say something to you listeners, and then I'll have Miss Aisha and then Carlton Banks. K-Dub.
I thought the rookie was going to do hers first.
Nah, I'm gonna have.
We're doing it by distance.
Yeah, we're doing it by distance tonight, man. Go ahead and give me something.
Hey, man, I really don't have anything. I just want to say peace and love to everybody out there. Stay safe. Drink a lot of water. It's getting hot. Check on your elderly, man. It's getting hot down here, so check on your elderly, friends and family, or what have you. I want to say what's up to everybody in Jersey City that's able to hear my voice, and everybody in Atlanta, Georgia, VA, and parts unknown listening to my voice. Hey, man, enjoy yourself, love life, and enjoy every day that you're on this earth, man. And hey, it's K-Dub saying what's up, peace and love. What's up, Bree? Love you, baby.
That's what it is. Ain't no hashtag with Marcus J. That's K-Dub with his final word. Miss Aisha, I know you said that you ain't got a whole lot to say, but you can at least say what you just said to me a few minutes ago about who you got, checking us out tonight. So go ahead and say your ending, closing, your rant is what we like to call him here. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. What you got, girl?
Now, I know he went to you. I know that. But see, you and I were having a connection. We had a big communication. we had everything going till he want to go and mess it up.
That's true. True. It's all good, though.
It is.
I have no idea what y'all talking about.
I know. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Just wanted to give a special shout out to my kids. I know they're out there listening. Thank you for supporting mommy. Yeah. Give a great big shout out to my boy Marcus J. He's doing this thing. I'm so proud.
Thank you, baby.
I'm like a proud mama.
Oh yeah.
I knew that was coming.
You know it was.
I'm a proud mama. But,
that's what it is. Well, I'm definitely glad to have you. I know we talked before about having you come and join us on the show, and I'm definitely glad to see you here. It's it's been fun. Had a lot of spirited conversations, and hopefully Carlton Banks hasn't annoyed you too much.
not this time.
He does that. He does that.
I'm annoying.
But we love him, and hopefully you'll come back and you'll learn to love him too.
Most definitely.
Ain't no half stepping, Marcus J. Carlton Banks, you want to tell the people why it's not unusual, my brother?
Not unusual to be loved, baby. You know what? I'm gonna go through my withdrawal. I'm gonna hopefully end that really soon because I do miss my kids this summer. Again, happy birthday to my boy Christopher. You know what? What am I gonna talk about today? You know what I'm gonna talk about? I'm gonna talk about those people who say the NBA is fixed. I know we talked about this earlier, but that's some ish. Really? Yo, I wish I could shoot 3-pointers like that boy Green was. I'd be making money right now. I'd be making a lot of bank. I don't want San Antonio to win. I ain't going back. That's what they need to be saying, but unfortunately, they got to play the next 2 games in Miami at American Airlines Arena. And I hope LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh go ahead and get number 2, or else I'm gonna start calling them the Buffalo Bills, the NFL, the NBA. Although to their credit and to their point, they did win 1 ring in 3 trips. So shout out to Buffalo because me and my boy were talking about the other day. I don't give a crap if they ain't win one of the 4 Super Bowls they went to. They went to 4 straight damn Super Bowls. Who does that, man? I mean, yeah, Pittsburgh got their 6 rings. So yeah, I'm making a football rant too. Pittsburgh got their 6. Dallas got their 5. Yeah, San Fran got 5 too. Damn it. We ain't gonna talk about them New York effing Giants. But hey, it is what it is. You know what, Marcus? Did you get your picture taken today? I don't care. It doesn't matter. That's right. It doesn't matter. Had to set you up.
Wow.
Get you good for that.
Did you go rock on me?
I sure did. You smell it. When Carlton is cooking. Hit my music.
Yeah, I'm about to hit your music. I'm about to turn your music off because you didn't have your moments. I'm just glad you didn't have a moment like you had last week, because last week I officially wanted to punch you in the face, but I didn't. And I had a few people tell me that they were proud of me for not punching you in the face, with the whole rant that you did last week, and tonight was better. You did take a shot at me tonight with regards, and I just turned your mic off so you can try to talk all you want. But your mic has officially been turned off because I don't want to hear from you no more. I officially don't want to hear from you no more, but you just hit me with the rock, and you set me up. I didn't see it coming. You would think, knowing you for 20 years and watching countless hours of wrestling with you, that I would have seen that coming. I feel a little disrespected, but it's all right. I'll talk to you about that offline. But I want to go ahead and kind of get through my thank yous tonight. First, I want to thank S.Y. Butler for being with us every night. I want to thank my man Sid. What's happening, bruh? I want to thank Steven Sykes, who hosts Enliven Radio, that is going to be here in these same airways tomorrow, 7 to 9. LegacyInternetRadio.com. I want to thank Simone. What's up, girl? I want to thank her for listening to us back in Jersey. I want to thank Santee Nathan. Had some nice things to say directly to me. I didn't call him out on the air, but something nice he said to me. Thanks, Hakeem, for listening. And again, I want to thank everybody for, K-Dub, of course, for being with us on the live line. Special thanks to Miss Aisha for being here and her girls for listening to us. We appreciate the love and the support that we are continuing to get. We are indeed the flagship show of LegacyInternetRadio.com, heard here on the same airways that you're on right now, every single Monday from 7 to 9. Obviously, we go over 9 from time to time. Again, on Tuesdays, you got Enliven Radio with Steven Sykes, Mr. LP, and Mr. Sincere, 7 to 9. Wednesdays, you've got the Green Room version 2.0 with Jay Grizzy and Lissa P. The funniest show that you're going to hear on the internet, 7 to 9 Wednesdays. And then on Thursdays, did they just play that? Which is the music-only show hosted by yours truly on Legacy Internet Radio. And typically, I just find a genre, and that's what I go with. Last week was Prince's birthday, so I played Prince for 3 hours. This week, yesterday was somebody's birthday. If you're a hip-hop fan, you know who would have turned, I should say, 42 yesterday. That's giving you a little bit of a hint as to what music I'm going to be playing this Thursday. If you don't know who that is, then you're going to have to tune in to find out. So I'm happy. I'm very proud of the work that the crew is doing here on Legacy Internet Radio, and in large part it's because of you guys tuning in every single week. It's because of y'all's why we keep coming in here, and we doing this every single week. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. So it's time for me, as I just gone through and gave all of my thank yous and everything, it's time for me to end the show with my rant. People like to call me a conspiracy theorist, and I'm about to hit you with some more conspiracy theory, because that's how I roll. First thing I want to hit you with as far as conspiracy theory is stop and frisk. New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg would have you believe that it's a great program that reduces crime and regains the trust of the citizens of New York. He goes on to lament the epidemic of black-on-black crime in the streets of his city and others. By the way, I've always had an issue with the phrase black-on-black crime. I've always found that somewhat curious. I would venture to say that folks who commit crimes in their own communities. I know Carlton and I have debated that in the past, but I feel strongly about that. People going to commit crimes where they're comfortable. So if you live in a white community, are we going to say white on white crime? Or, if you live in Chinatown, are we going to say Chinese on Chinese crime? It sounds silly when you say it like that, mostly because it is silly. Anyway, the stop and frisk program. It's when the police stop and question people they suspect of unlawful activity and frisk those they suspect of carrying a weapon. And of course, those incidences have risen dramatically during the Bloomberg administration, up to 685,724 in 2011 from 160,851 in 2003. So basically, they went up by over 500 actual incidences in about 8 years. About 53% of those stops resulted in physical searches, and 84% of whom were black and Latino residents, although they comprise only about 23 and 29% of New York City's total population, respectively. So let's talk about that. 2011, the highest year on record for stops. The number of stops represents an over 600% increase since Bloomberg came into office. In 2011, 88% of all those stops did not result in an arrest or a summons being given. Contraband was found in about 2% of all those stops. And NYPD continues to claim their stop and frisk policy keeps weapons off the streets, but weapons were recovered in about 1% of all those stops. So clearly those numbers contradict what they claim. And keep in mind, the practice contributes to the continued mistrust, doubt, and fear of police officers in communities of color that are already scarred by systematic racial profiling and major incidences of police brutality. Not only does stopping and frisking violate one's human and civil rights, but it's an out-and-out racist practice, I should say. A black man walking down Martin Luther King Boulevard in Pick Your City, USA, gets stopped and asked to run his pockets for no other reason other than he fits the profile. That's ludicrous. And we saw what happened with a case like Trayvon Martin and others, where all you got to do is look a certain kind of way, and that can attract attention to you. They're going to tell you that suspicious activity or probable cause is going to lead to a stop and frisk, but who in our community really believes that they're going to follow that mandate? Like, seriously. As mentioned in those statistics I just shared with you, there's no way to say one is guilty because of how they look. So is stop and frisk really worth it? How about we ask the family of Romali Graham, who was chased home by the police, who thought he had just completed a drug deal. Mr. Graham ran to his home in the Bronx and hid in the bathroom. He was unarmed when the police entered his home and shot him in the chest, killing him in front of his family. And you can argue all you want about stop and frisk not being racial profiling, but real talk, it is. If 84% of those stopped are black and Latino, but they make up 52% of the population, that tells me that nearly half of the black and Latino young men in New York City were stopped and frisked. How's that not profiling? Especially when 88% of those people were completely innocent. The Wall Street Journal and New York City are the sources of these statistics, but I would guess departments across the country employ similar tactics. How about the news recently of the NSA, the National Security Agency, endorsing sanctioned surveillance of American citizens? Now, I know I touched on this before, most recently last week. This is serious business, y'all. Let me just say this. Those of us who walk around blind to the obvious examples of violations of civil liberties, particularly those of us who lived through eras of civil rights and black power, should know the peril as we can see it coming. Groups like InfraGard, look them up, y'all. Groups like InfraGard, who employ businesses to spy on citizens in the name of national security, aid and abet the government to continue the practice of fear-mongering. And they're going to tell you that terrorists have been thwarted. But can we really believe the same people that told us that we went to war searching for weapons of mass destruction? While we continue to engage in questionable practices in other countries, opening up ourselves to the possibility of retaliation, and leave those of us innocent spied upon Americans left asking the question, what the hell and why the hell? That's the Murr. Marcus's unrelated rant that ain't got nothing to do, but we ain't here talking about tonight. That's the end of the show. I want to thank everybody once again for listening to us. I want to remind you all that independence is the key to building your legacy. I also want to say peace to all the stars and all of the squares. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Those are the words of Bob Marley, who you hear singing in the background. And you know, I have Steppin with Marcus J. We'll be back here 7 o'clock next Monday night. Peace.